Hi there, my name is Valerie Dayrit. I'm a sacred poet, channeler, and an author. Welcome to my dimensions of storytelling. Hello, beautiful consciousness. Today I am inspired to read to you from my book called Picking Up the Dust. I went out to visit other realms, to see what existed amongst them. What I learned were many trickeries and briberies, and how it pulled the silence I wore. They too wanted to wear it, so that they too can hear what I hear. The majestic sound of melodies that plays in the background. The sound of gods in prayers. A symphony so silent. Only those willing to listen can enter such worlds of gods. The title of this passage is called Trickeries and Briberies. Thank you. Hello, beautiful consciousness. I hope you enjoyed that passage. It is called Trickeries and Briberies from my book called Picking Up the Dust. And what that passage is about, when I went seeking to so many different dimensions and realms and stories, different lifetimes, different realities, different lifetimes of wanting to understand what else existed out there outside of myself. And what I discovered was that the more I went seeking out outside of myself, the more I got lost into these labyrinths of storylines of others and getting caught in someone else's realities and storylines. And along the line, I noticed that storylines plays in ways where it involves many briberies and trickeries because other beings want something from you. And so that is what I discovered within this passage, is the understanding that seeking what is outside of you is a world where, as beautiful as it may seem, the world that exists within me is so much more beautiful that there's nothing that can be compared to it. And so that is what I gathered from this beautiful passage. And this book, it plays such an important role within the span of my writing within these books that I wrote, within these 24 books that I wrote, because this was a place where I got a chance to sit with God on a one-on-one conversation. I always have one-on-one conversation with Him, but this book in particular covers this expansive of sitting with Him, traveling with Him, and understanding His love for me. Because after writing Sumara and the Red Sea, this was literally the next passage, the next book right afterwards. And after meeting the embodiment of the beloved, which is what the that book is about, and which is Sumara and the Red Sea. And I didn't want to leave the third world matrix. I didn't want to leave that because the beloved was in there. And so I had a hard time shifting from that space. But once God came to pick me up and explained to me in details why it was important for me to unplug myself from the matrix of the third world dimension. And so this is what this conversation is about, is the separation of the matrix here into God taking me and allowing me to dive more deeper into who I am, because it was time for me to move on into going into a state of deeper awakening, more layers of understanding who I am as a poet, as a channeler, as a writer, as a messenger, as a seer. All of these dimensions of myself, I had to continue my lessons with him. And so it was a shift from Sumara and the Red Sea into this book called Picking Up the Dust, which is such a beautiful title because he basically came and picked me up, and I was a dust by the time he came and picked me up. And so it transitions back into the worlds of gods once I started traveling back again once more and understanding who I am and the beauty of writing and connecting with God in such a intimate way in a long period of time. And so yeah, that's what this book is about. It's so beautiful. It plays such an important role in the dynamic of my writing, and to be able to channel God's thoughts, I don't know how to describe that. And so I write about it. That's the best way for me to describe what I experience when I go through the process of channeling the consciousness of God and other gods, and those beautiful knowledge and wisdom that I am blessed to scribe for them. And so that's what my whole 24 books is about. It is a compilation of poetry, philosophies, stories of where I have been, where I traveled to, and whom I've had in contact with, and the knowledge and wisdom that I was given into my awakening process, my soul remembrance, and at the bottom line of it all is waking up to who I am, what I am in here for, and creating a place within myself that I now understand is what we are all in here for, is to love yourself, learn to love others, and to create a sacred space for yourself and for everyone else's. And that sovereignty that exists within you is all about liberating your dreams, your desires, the love that exists within you, liberating the stories that live within you, and sharing that with others. And so you can find my books on Amazon. Enjoy choosing a book, enjoy reading them,